Welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today for today's class. My name is Colleen. I'm with Shine On Yoga. I have Chai Cat here. If you hear any whining, it is Fritz. He is on the other side of the gate because we're doing some yoga with cats again today. And the class for today is going to be super short. We're just going to kind of stretch. We're going to work on balancing a little bit. So this session is going to be really great if you just need a quick energy boost, pick me up, or if you just need to kind of reset your brain and balance out the energy. This practice is really good for that. You don't need any props. If you would like to use some, blocks, bolsters, blankets, like I always say. Otherwise, just yourself and the mat. And that's really it. So let's go ahead and get started. Today we are going to start out in extended child's pose. So if you have cranky knees, maybe grab a blanket or maybe some extra padding for those knees. You can put it right on your mat and then you'll have that extra padding. But if not, let's go ahead and get set up for it. So we're going to come to a tabletop position. Go ahead and bring your knees as wide as the mat. Then you're going to take your big toes to touch. On an inhale, we're just going to look forward. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, we're going to sink our hips back towards our heels. Walk those fingertips forward. You can melt your head and chest to the mat. If this is not a good position for you, you can always use a blanket or a block to bring the floor up to you so that way you can rest your head on that. We're not going to use you as a prop, Jai, not today. So while you're here, just take a moment to close down the eyes if it feels safe in your body. Take a moment here just to breathe and to let everything from the day go. You'll feel a nice stretch in your armpit chest. Maybe some relief in your forehead, and if you'd like, you can always rock your forehead back and forth, just massaging that third eye point. So go ahead and take a few nice big inhales and exhales there. And as you're doing that, I'm going to read the card that I pulled for today's class. So the card that I pulled for today is Squirrel Spirit, and its message is to believe in yourself. You have accumulated wisdom and experience and are surrounded by all that you need. An abundance of resources is available to you through the generosity of spirit and all your hard work. Squirrel Spirit shows up when you need reminding that the acorns you have gathered and stowed away have enormous potential to grow. So relax into knowing that there is always enough and you have what it takes to co-create the reality that you want to experience. Through diligent preparation, you have gained wisdom and strength. How much potential you have. Believe in yourself, for Spirit believes in you and wants you to know that you have enough and that you are enough. Doesn't that truth make you feel safe and secure? It should, because you have everything that you need right now. That's a nice message to ponder while we're in this extended child's pose. Let's take one more big inhale here. Exhale, sigh it out. And when you're ready, we're going to rise back up. Keep your legs where they are. So, again, knees as wide as the mat, big toes to touch. Go ahead and walk your right hand in towards your center line. So I'm just walking it across a little bit. And from here, I'm going to take my left arm, and we're going to pull our bow and arrow here. So we're going to pull. If you don't have a cat, that's okay. And now I'm getting a call. Go away. All right, let's try this again. Let's try this again. We don't need your extra input here. So we're going to pull our left arm across our bodies, reach up towards the sky, feel a nice big stretch. Then we're going to take this left hand, we're going to thread it under our right. We're going to come onto our left ear, left shoulder blade. You're going to feel a nice stretch through your upper back here. So this is called thread the needle. You can bend that right arm so you can get down a little bit further. And we're going to take a moment here just to breathe and to relax into it. Right after a few rounds of breath, we're going to come back up to the top. Go ahead and take your left hand to the center. We're going to take our right hand across this time. Pull that bow and arrow back as we reach our right hand up to the sky, feeling a nice big stretch. And then we'll take our right hand underneath our left, threading the needle, coming onto our right shoulder, right ear, maybe bending that left elbow. We're going to breathe here for a moment. When you're ready, we'll return back to center. Go ahead and bring your knees in line with your hips, underneath your hip points. If your arms are directly underneath your shoulders, just walk them one handprint in front of where they are. We'll tuck our toes under, take a nice big inhale. On your exhale, we're going to lift our knees up, straighten through the legs, shift our weight back. Let those heels grow heavy as we move into our first and only downward facing dog of this practice. If you'd like to take your dog for a walk, you can. You'll just bend one knee and then the other. You're going to feel a nice big stretch in those calf muscles. Let your head grow heavy. Keep breathing here. If you are walking your dog, go ahead and bring it to stillness for just a breath or two. And then when you're ready, on your next inhale, we'll look up at our hands. We're going to make our way up to the top of our mat, so our feet are going to come right behind where our hands are. Keep a slight bend in your knees. On your next inhale, we're going to come up halfway. Keep a nice flat back. You're going to feel a nice stretch through those hamstrings there. And then exhale, let it go. Forward fold. You can bend your knees as generously as you need to. You could also use blocks here to bring the ground up to you. Or again, if you don't have blocks, just bend your knees as generously as you'd like. The straighter your legs are, the more you're going to feel it in your hamstrings. The more bent they are, the more you're going to feel it in your lower back. So yogi's choice on what you need today. We'll take one more big inhale here. And then exhale, we're going to roll it all the way up to standing. And we're going to come into just a mountain pose. I'm going to turn to face you guys so I can see you. The rest of the class, we're going to be upright. We're not going to go back on the floor at all. So find your positioning. In mountain pose, we're going to stand up nice and straight and tall. Really ground into the mat. You can even lift one foot and then the other. And as you place the feet back down, really feel that foot to earth connection. I like to put my foot down first and then my toes. I try and do it one at a time. It's kind of fun. It can be a little bit difficult. And sometimes if you're like me, it can help if you use your hands. Not necessarily, but maybe. All right. Once you've done that a few times, if you are moving, we're going to go ahead and bring it to stillness. You can lift your shoulders up, back, and down. Stand up nice and straight and tall. You want one line from your head all the way through. Just feeling really stable, because after this, we're going to do a little bit of balancing. Don't let that scare you. All right, let's get into some balancing. So we're going to start off with a one-legged Tadasana, which is also a one-legged mountain pose. So we'll go, let's start with our left leg. So what we first want to do is shift our weight into our right. So as you shift your weight to your right side, you don't want to dump all your weight. You don't want that mom, Beyonce hip. Instead, we're going to really press up out of the ground so that way you're almost lifting. You're already kind of lifting that left side up. So again, we're just going to shift over, not dumping. Okay? All right. So we've shifted our weight, slight bend in the knee. You don't want to hyper flex that out. It can be easy if you're bendy. From here, maybe start just picking up your toes. See how that feels. You can always rotate your ankle a little bit if you'd like. Play with it. If you'd like to go a step further, start to lift up that foot. I'm going to turn to the side real quick. I was trying to do it without having to put my foot down, but no such luck today. And we're going to hold it here. If you'd like to play with some movement while we're doing our one-legged Tadasana, you can just dip your toes up and down. If you are doing this and you need to hold on to a wall for dear life, feel free to, or a chair or something around you. A few balancing tips before we get into our next pose, and while we're holding this here, is if you're having problems balancing, look at something on the floor in front of you. Not super far out, but just a little bit far out. Preferably it shouldn't be moving. Make sure it's not moving around because you're going to move with it. So just pick a spot, focus on that spot, and it's going to help with your balance. If you need to set your foot down, you can. Otherwise, we're going to move into a tree pose. So if you're up here with me, we're going to move our leg over to the side, and then you can let the sole of your foot find the inner thigh of your right leg. Now, if you are playing with your balance with your foot still on the ground, you can just butterfly that leg out to the side, and you can use your ankle to kind of rest on. If you'd like a little more, you can slide it up to your calf, or again, you always have the option of that inner thigh. Wherever you decide to place your foot, make sure you're not placing it on the knee. We don't want to place it on the knees. That's going to injure our joints. All right, now what do we do with our hands? They can be on your hips. You can take them to prayer. Maybe you want to play a little bit more and become the tree and reach your arms out super wide. And you know, if you fall or you sway, that's okay. Think about trees. They do that. We're going to move with it. We're not going to be rigid. We're going to be flexible. And if you need another level from this, you can close your eyes and look up. I'm not going to do that because I will definitely fall down. But we're just going to breathe here, play with it. If you fall out of the pose, come back into it. This is playtime. Let's take one more breath here. And then exhale. We're going to let that left foot find the mat. Maybe shake the right foot out a little bit. Shake the feet off. Let that go. We'll come back to our mountain pose. We have another side. So we'll go through this a little bit faster now that I kind of laid the groundwork. We're going to shift over to the left, again, shifting our weight, not dumping. And then from here, we'll move into our one-legged Tadasana. Again, you can always leave your toes on the ground. You can play with lifting and lowering that right leg if you'd like. Or you can play with just leaving the right leg up and holding it here and working on your balance. So yogi's choice, we'll take a few moments here to breathe. And then whenever you're ready, let's transition into our tree pose. So choose the option that works best for you. Again, foot can be down towards the ankle with the toes on the ground, at the calf, or at the thigh. Really press in, use your thigh to press into the foot and press your foot into your thigh. So you have these two opposing forces coming together, and that's going to draw the energy up. All right, hands can be at the waist, heart center, become the tree. We're going to breathe here. Take one more breath. And then as you exhale, we're going to let that go. Shake it off. All right, we have one more thing we're going to do before we close out practice. This is really good. It doesn't really have a name that I'm aware of. It's something that my teachers did. It's really great if you just to clear up any old stuck crap, basically. We're just gonna kind of, like Taylor Swift says, shake it off, but we're gonna throw it back. So I'm gonna do this really slow. We can pick up the pace. You can do this at your own pace. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna lift up our arms to the sky on an inhale, and then on our exhale, keep your knees slightly bent. We're going to just bring those arms down at our side, bring our torso down, and just kind of toss it back. Throw it back, toss it back. Our arms, that is. So inhale, and then exhale. So let me do, I'll do a few just a little bit quicker so you can see what I'm talking about. If you want to add a layer to it, you can come up onto your tippy toes and then let your heels hit the ground. You can see everything shaking as I do that. So yogi's choice. We are going to do that for 1 minute. Okay? And we're going to come back to a mountain pose and close out. So give it a few minutes to get ready. Okay, we're going to go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's go. Take it at your own pace, in your own timing. It's okay to laugh during this. It's okay to smile. It's okay to cry. It's okay to get angry. Just let those emotions go through your body as you do this. We have a few more seconds. Do one more. And then after that last one, we're going to come into stillness, come back into your mountain pose, take a moment to fix what you need to fix. And then we're just going to take a few breaths here to calm it all back down. All right, that is all I have for you today. I hope you feel a little bit more energized and maybe move through a little bit of things. You can always redo this practice. You can take a few moves and do them again if you'd like. For those of you on the live, thank you so much. I appreciate you for joining me. Those of you watching the replay on YouTube, thank you so much for showing up there and joining us. I know it's not in real time, but there are people here. So just know that you are not alone. For those of you on the live, I do this every week, so if you like this and you want to come back, I'll be back next week with a brand new practice, and I would love to have you. These practices do end up on my YouTube channel, Shine on Yoga LLC. The link for that is in my bio, so you can always check that out. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel. For those of you on YouTube, you can also do that as well. That way you're notified when I upload new practices. I just uploaded a new one today, so that is on there if you'd like to check that out. But that has every single practice I've done, pretty much. Some are released, some are not released, so I have some in the vault. We'll see if those ever see the light of day, but maybe. But you're more than welcome to check that out. They're completely free. There's different lengths, different varieties. They're not all super quick like this. But yeah, I'd love for you to check that out. If there is anything that you would like to work on, any poses specifically, if you have any questions, you can always send me a message. Let me know in the comments on YouTube. You can get in touch with me. I read them. It's a one-person show behind the scenes, so it's just me doing it. But yeah, just let me know. All right, well, I hope to see you guys next week. I hope you have a great rest of your week and day, and I will talk to you later. You want to say bye, Chad? Okay, I'm just going to say bye. Say bye to everyone. Say bye.